Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about anxiety. Now, perimenopause, menopause and postmenopause doesn't just cause physical symptoms, can also cause a lot of psychological symptoms too, and psychological symptoms are quite often harder to cope with than the physical ones. So anxiety is one of the psychological symptoms and it can actually cause physical symptoms as well. But starting with the psychological symptoms of anxiety, how are you going to experience it? Now, that does vary from woman to woman. We're all a little bit different, but there's some common things that are the same for most of us when we're suffering with anxiety. So first of all, feeling anxious is not just being a little bit worried here and there. It is a persistent feeling of worry, even of dread, and sometimes even of fear or doom. A lot of women say they wake up in the morning and they've got this instant sense of doom for the day to come. So that's part of feeling anxiety. You can also feel quite emotional, tearful, more prone to bursting into tears with things that probably wouldn't really have affected you before, but because of your anxiety you are more likely to become quite emotional and tearful. Your concentration is likely to go. Finding concentration difficult is really common with anxiety. Your head is so filled with the pressure of anxiety you can't really concentrate on anything else, which obviously makes life difficult at home, at work, and obviously in your relationships. Your sleep patterns can be disrupted. You might find that you either can't go to sleep, you keep waking up in the night, you could be awake for hours before you go back to sleep, or you might actually find that you want to sleep all the time. That's all you want to do. You're not interested in anything else. You could just sleep for the week. Also, your temper is likely to be up and down. In fact, you're more likely to be really irritable and short-tempered and less tolerant when you're suffering with anxiety. So obviously that can affect not just yourself, but those around you. Because you're feeling anxious, you probably need more reassurance from other people. So you might start seeking more reassurance from those around you that, you know, that you're okay, that they love you, that they care. So you could end up actually, even if you don't realise you're doing it, seeking more reassurance from those you love and those that love you than you normally would do. So that's the more psychological aspect of it. There are other symptoms to it. We're all different, so you may experience other things that are linked to your anxiety that are affecting you psychologically. Physically, a lot of the common symptoms that anxiety can produce in the physical, in your body, is a pounding heart, rapid heartbeat, palpitations. These can be really quite scary, really quite worrying, and then that increases your anxiety. If you feel like you're going to have a heart attack, you're going to get more anxious than you even were before. So your breathing can be affected. If you're having palpitations, rapid heartbeat, you're starting to panic a little, it's increasing your anxiety, your breathing's going to speed up, short, shallow breaths, and you're going to be feeling like you're out of breath and almost panting. Again, that can be extremely unnerving. And chest pain, another frightening one. Palpitations and the breathing, and you get tightness in your chest. Sharp pains in your chest, pressure in your chest, all increases your anxiety, but it's actually stemming from your anxiety. It's actually causing these physical symptoms. You can end up getting sweaty, perspiring, like we all do when we get nervous or anxious. That's a normal reaction too. You can have an increase in headaches and migraines because your anxiety was really building up your psychological pressure, so that can increase headaches and migraines, which can also again lead to feeling rather faint and rather dizzy. You've got all these physical symptoms going on linked to your anxiety. You can end up feeling quite dizzy, quite faint, and even sick. So anxiety is not a lot of fun. Now, it can be caused by hormonal imbalance, and at this time of your life it probably is. Your hormones are all over the place. Your chances of experiencing anxiety are far higher than they probably were at other points in your life. So there are some things that you can do about this. You can do things to alleviate your anxiety. Quite simple things just to make you feel a little bit better psychologically, which then has an impact on the physical symptoms as well. It can lessen the physical symptoms of anxiety. Now, I mentioned sleep disruption. Anxiety can cause you sleep disruption, and sleep is a really, really important thing for reducing feelings of anxiety. So if you can set yourself up a really good bedtime routine, a calming bedtime routine, without the TV, without looking at your phone, without the tablets and the laptops, you really need a calming routine, a time to wind down, sleep in a cool room and a dark room and a quiet, uncluttered room. That will help you to sleep better. Make sure your bedding's comfortable. Make sure you're not overdoing it with the bedclothes, particularly if you get night sweats, because that's going to disturb your sleep pattern too. So calming, cooling, relaxing at bedtime to try and help yourself get a really good night's sleep. So avoid your alcohol and caffeine and stuff near the end of the day, because that's going to disturb your sleep too. So sleep is really, really important for helping you to ease the symptoms of anxiety and for making you feel better in general. Also, get plenty of fresh air and exercise. Exercise is a great mood booster. It's not just good for you physically, you know, keeping fit. It's really good for your brain as well. So regular exercise daily, at least 30 minutes 5 times a week is great. And if you can do it outside in the fresh air, doesn't matter whether the sun's shining or not, outside, fresh air, nice brisk walk for 30 minutes 5 times a week would really, really lift your mood and help your anxiety. So relaxation, as I say, bedtime needs to be relaxing, but you should take regular daily periods, even if they're short ones, 10-20 minutes every single day, just for you to relax and wind down. That will help your anxiety. Doesn't matter if you're listening to music, pottering around in the garden, or going for that brisk walk. You can do a crossword puzzle, if you like to knit, crochet, anything, but you need to switch off. It's a do not disturb time. You need to let the day's cares go away just for that short period of time. This is your time. You're important too. People need to leave you in peace, and that will help your anxiety. But you do really need to do it daily to get the benefits. You can vary what you do to relax. We all like lots of different things, not just one thing. So you can vary it, but you've got to take that me time. That will make a huge difference to the way that you're feeling. And talking to people is also another good tip. Now, we don't all want to share all our private problems or feelings with everybody, but if you've got some people, a few people, a couple of people that you feel comfortable sharing this with, talk it through, explain how you're feeling. Even if you don't understand why you're feeling that way, there's no particular trigger for it, no event that's actually caused you this anxiety. If you can talk it through just the way you're feeling with close friends or relatives or your partner or even grown-up children that you're close to, it really helps. Getting it off your chest, sharing it, talking it through helps. People quite often can give you some tips. They might have been going through this themselves or have in the past, and they might be able to give you some helpful tips. But having a shoulder to cry on, as you know, as such, is a really, really helpful thing. It can lessen your anxiety just talking about it, sharing it, trying to rationalise it, really, really can make a difference. So they are just a few tips that can help to ease your anxiety. Just a few things that you can try. You do need to be persistent with them. Like most things, it's not a one fix wonder. You just keep it up and keep it up and be kind to yourself and carry on and rest and relax, get fresh air, get exercise, share how you're feeling. It can make the world a difference. There is one thing I will say though, if your anxiety is getting to a point where it is really, really making your life difficult, making your life a misery, if you feel like, I can't do this anymore, you really do need to see your doctor. Go to your doctors, talk it through with your doctor, get some professional medical help and advice if you get to a point where all the things you've tried are not easing the anxiety at all. Thank you for listening. I will be putting other videos on this channel, so if you'd like to see them as they come up, then click the notification bell below this video. Thank you for listening to me, and I will see you again soon.